5 seconds remaining. The Invoker or pretty much anybody else can just run up to the draw with the Stampede as well. So Meteor Makers, I mean, Rubik and Sanking, they're just gonna have to play their asses off this game in trying to protect this draw. And well, he actually banning out this Tidehunter. I think it's a pretty decent ban because MOM, they were lacking an offlaner or solo safe laner, depending on if they want to go for an aggressive tri-lane. And the Tidehunter, I mean, the ultimate would have given the Draw Ranger actually plenty of time to just right-click somebody down, but he... I mean, we were talking about if they're going for something different again, and they go for a Phantom Assassin.
Yep, so it's going to be a jungle Darkseer with a hard support Disruptor, and you can get away with it. Disruptor doesn't need a whole lot. He's just going to need to buy wards and jungle. I mean, and Darkseer's going to pick up all the mech and everything like that. But that's going to be a lot of damage, a vacuum into a crit, especially if Phantom Assassin's able to get a Battle Fury. It's not to mention PA is actually very, very good against Drow Ranger because one Blink Strike and all of a sudden she loses all of her agility. Gets very difficult to deal with. Plus she starts off with Blur, which is 50% evasion, forces someone on your team to get an MKB, and well, they go for the Ranger strat as they pick up a Windrunner in their last pick.
Well, I mean, I really love that hero. I was so sad when it actually completely fell off the competitive scene. Just like it never even existed, because I think you only see like Wind Ranger in every one game out of 100 or something now.
Yeah, I think the only teams, like I see a lot of European teams actually run her. I know that Hani, Dendi, and EGM all really like Windrunner as well. S4 never plays it, but remember that one time that EGM was playing mid when S4 wasn't there, and Loda drafted him a Windrunner, and God, it's just incredible. And it's a hero that there are a lot of arguments for her being very good and a lot of arguments for her being very bad. And I always want to say that she's really good because I like her, but we can get into that discussion obviously further on into the game. So, and my mouse cursor. All right, my mouse cursor was gone for a bit, but now it's back. So, going to be introducing the teams. The victors from last game. Hehe going to be on the Radiant side. Relo, he's going to be playing the one position Phantom Assassin. Going into the off lane as a Centaur Warrunner, we have Kaibutsu. On the mid lane, going on the Invoker, we have HWA, who looks like he will be going Exort. And on the Disruptor, the hard support, we're going to have Chipshausen. And on the Darkseer, we're going to have Nihis.
And for Meteor Makers up on the dark side, Biceps Warrior Unicorn is leading the charge on the Sand King. We have Link closely following up on the Mirana, leaving Crit to play the Rubik. I think he was the Rubik in the first game as well.
He was.
And yeah, Rice will be playing the Draw Ranger, so most likely mid lane with Ace, of course, gonna play the solo safe lane on the Wind Ranger or Windrunner.
I refuse to call her... Alright, you know what? If we're calling her Wind Ranger, it's Drow Runner, okay? Can we get that straight?
Okay then.
No,
I mean, it was a complete shock for me. I was in the army, came home for a weekend, and I was like, what the hell is this?
Dude, what is this
They
cape?
just ruined
This
my
is
life.
amazing. Do you see this Windrunner cape?
Yeah. Wow.
Looks majestic.
Well, she is majestic.
Begins.
Wow, much majestic.
Yep. Alright, so it looks like it will be the aggro tri-lane that we were suspecting, looking to punish the jungle Darkseer, going to be coming out from Hehe. It should be pretty okay. They're actually going to throw Kaibutsu here, and they're going to throw Relo solo against the Windrunner, which I think is great. You just need 1 point in Blur. Windrunner's strength in a 1v1 circumstance is her pretty heavy right clicks and good attack range and animation, so she can harass people out of lane pretty easily. It's a little bit harder with Blur. In mid lane, we're going to have Drow against the Invoker. What do you think about this matchup?
To be honest, I think the draw should be rather fine. I mean, her base damage, especially together with the precision aura, it's pretty fine. And of course the attack range, he should be able
bottom
to
lane Kaibutsu, as expected, with a 3-stun lane. You're not going to live that long. He got returned at level 1, but Link going to be able to secure the first blood.
It was
Well,
ours all along.
it's just a stun lockdown completely, with the telekinesis burst like and arrow on top of it. And well, MOM, they're
You're not allowed to
already
touch
off to a
creeps
better
in this
start.
lane, and better to throw Kaibutsu to the wolves than to throw Relo.
That is most likely true. The Phantom Assassin definitely will have to carry him in the center. As far as he gets the level and some form of farm, he will be fine, because even if he doesn't get the Blink Dagger that early, if he gets level 6, the Stampede will already be useful for the entire team.
Yeah, absolutely. And he can recover in the jungle whenever Nihis decides to go out of it, so it'll be totally fine. But and so what I have a question for you, just because I noticed it happen in this game. What hero did you predict is going to get the most first bloods at TI4?
I don't even remember which one I predicted, to be honest.
Well, if you had to make a prediction now, which hero would it be? Because I totally put Mirana, because she's always going to be picked, and always this is going to happen.
Well, that's probably a pretty damn safe pick. And well, usually if you go for the pick, it's most likely going to happen with heroes that are actually being tri-laned as well. Because that's just most likely where the action is going to go down. I'm not sure, I actually might have put Mirana. I really can't recall. I mean, now that you say it, I can't think of anything else really.
Yeah, I thought Invoker, but I put Invoker as just the hero with the most kills.
I think
overall,
I put Invoker
just because he's going to be
as
picked
most
so much.
assists.
Yep, Arrow, barely dodged by Chipsaden, and throws out the... God, what is that called? Thunderstrike. Pikachu, come on, Travis, you remember your Pokemon days. Thunderstrike. It throws out the Thunderstrike on the crit. Crit gets back a little bit, and still, only a 1 for 0. Blood has been avoided on this bottom lane.
Yeah, the Thunderstrike is actually a pretty nice ability. 160 damage on the first level, so pretty high. Then again, it consumes so much of your mana pool.
Oh, that's absurd. 130 mana? I mean, I know you're an int here and everything, but Jesus, man. Gotta be careful with those.
Well, actually looking at the other lanes now, you were asking how well the draw is going to do mid lane, and well, so far the Invokers have completely outlaning Rise. And there's the Cold Snap for extra RAS, but unfortunately the Forge Spirit just expired or got killed by Rise.
Yeah, Rise is... Like, Drow has really good damage, but her animations, actually the drawback is ridiculous. Forge Spirits become really hard to deal with because you have a pretty low HP pool to begin with, and Invoker's just going to have a better animation and similar damage when he goes Exort, so... Plus he has a Forge Spirit to help him out. And just Exort Invoker's actually very, very strong laner in general, so... Rise, he'll at least get the levels, and the important thing about the levels is to get the levels in the Precision Aura. That's pretty much why you pick the Drow Ranger, to buff up your allies. So, she'll get what she'll need. She'll get what she needs as long as she doesn't die.
Yeah, once she is at level 6, even the attack animation will just suddenly become that much faster. But oh, he's gonna be in trouble mid lane.
Yep, mid lane. He throws out the Gust onto, well, Forge Spirits. Too good. He threw the Gust on HWA, but all he had to do was right-click in Unicorn. I guess you can just root and get your experience, but top lane, Ace, Evasion Wars, is Windrun going to be there? Reload, he might be in trouble. There is a Shackle Shot. He might be able to latch it to this tree. No, he'll actually... Oh, but he tangoed through, so there wasn't a Shackle Shot on those trees, so... Good for Marilo, but meanwhile in the bot lane, we actually miss a double kill there. Crit goes down, and then Link actually has managed to pick off the Centaur War Runner.
Well, once again, I mean, not as action-packed as the first game, but still definitely showing us something, and it looks like it's just Hehe. They want to go aggressive, and maybe they bring out the aggressiveness in the enemy as well, but... Or, well, it's just the metagame shifting a bit as well towards just the early game dominance, winning all their lanes and just raping from there on. But Ace, on this top lane, I mean, Relo has to be somewhat careful now. But the blur, oh
Ace
God.
has a lot of damage here. He's getting a bonus... Oh, he's only getting 8. Wait, where's he getting 30 damage from? Is that just from phase boots? It's only 24. He's getting 6 damage.
Ring of Passy.
Oh, Ring of Bassy gives damage? Oh yeah, it does. I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I think Ring of Passy and Magic Wand are the best items in the game.
They're
just so damn good.
I've always thought that Ring of Bassy was really good. I never really thought about Magic Wand. I think I'd probably put like an AC up there. I mean, I know that's not an early game item, but I think that's one of the best items in the game. But anyway, Ace, he's going to be in trouble here. There's going to be a Thunder... Well, Sunstrike might be able to finish him off. He wind runs to avoid some of the right clicks, but Thunderstrike going to be able to finish him off. Never mind, it's actually the Darkseer's Ion Shell. Actually, it was a right click. Never mind. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and actually, yeah.
We have a rotation in mid. Unicorn has an Invis rune. It looks like he might wait patiently for HWA here, who's out a little bit far. Where's the Drow? The Drow's actually just in the jungle. Looks like she's got her boots. And it's going to be a rotation in from Link. It's going to be a Burrow Strike. It's going to be a Star Storm as well. Should get the double Star Storm, but misses a point blank arrow. Stampede is going to be used, and HWA is going to be able to get away. He actually thought about turning for a moment, but not going to be able to get there. And now they currently just leave Crit 1v1 against Kaibutsu, which is not the best for Crit. At least he'll be able to get some last hits and farm. And it looks like they're going to be putting more emphasis on shutting Ace down. Speaking of which, Kinetic Field, Thunderstrike, using the Wind Run to try to get some evasion there, and he used the Magic Wand. He actually gets the kill. Turns around in man modes onto the Phantom Assassin, able to get that. But Glimpse going to be able to get him back. He's down to 5 HP. One more right click going to be able to finish him off. Actually, he dies to the creeps. In the meantime, in the bottom lane, there's been a rotation here from Unicorn. Alright. Action is done. Although there has been a circle drawn by PA saying, no wards, no vision. Gift me ward, report.
Yeah, it's... Well, at the moment, it certainly looks like I mean, top lane, I guess Ace is getting more farm as far as last hits go, but the kills definitely do hurt. And, well, mid lane definitely won by the Invoker as well. As far as bottom lane, I mean, Centaur not anywhere close to his Blink Dagger, at least has the Tranquil Boots. So MYM, I mean, the lanes, they actually come out as even by the looks of it.
Yeah, I mean... I think the thing is, if you're MYM, you really rely on your mid-game stride, which is why you pick a Drow Ranger and a Windrunner and a Mirana all together on the same team. Relo, he tried to man up on her as well. Oh, but Ace actually walks through the wall, gets a Shackle Shot on the back of the creep, and the Starstorm is going to be there coming in from Link, but Reload's going to be able to get the revenge kill. He's going to have to rely on some flurry. He gets a Magic Stick, actually gets a crit! Oh my gosh! Pure skill, but the Disruptor, he's going to be going on to crit as well. Throws out the Thunder Strike. He has a Static Sword if he wants to commit it, and he does. Crit does avoid the Kinetic Field, but right clicks are going to be too much, as Chip says he's going to be able to secure that kill. So, lots of action. Currently just a 3 for 2. That's one thing that's so exciting about watching PA. Well,
they're going mid lane again.
Mid lane gets Burrow Struck. Frost Arrows are there as well. He doesn't have a point in Wex. He cannot go Swalk. He is put in full Quas to try to regen. He gets Surge, but the attack does not miss uphill from Rise. So, rotations in just slightly too tardy. And when you're greedy like that and you put no points in Wex, you certainly leave yourself open to those sorts of ganks. 7 for 7 at the 9-minute mark.
It looks like they aren't stopping Kaibutsu, looking for more. I mean, he doesn't have Stampede, but he sure has Surge.
Yeah, he has Surge, double max move speed if he did have Stampede. He's behind the tower, though. He's surrounded by 3. There's a Burrow Strike. Well, Drow Ranger does a lot of damage at level 6, man. And the double edge is going to be there, but going to be able to get away. Actually was... Did Crit steal Stampede? Yeah, he did. That's how Drow was able to get away.
Actually, that's a little bit of sloppy play by the center because he hadn't used a spell since he used Stampede like 80 seconds before. So, was the easiest steal for Crit. I think Crit himself didn't really expect to steal Stampede from that situation, but it's good that he did, and well, Kaibutsu definitely going way too aggressive there and paying with his life for it. At least it's creating some space for Hava now to farm up on the Invoker, who actually has a Hand of Midas as well.
Yep, absolutely. So he's going to be pretty quickly...
Oh, they're going on top lane. My
top
God.
Lane... oh, but it's Burrow Strike. Power Shot to follow as well, but Kaibutsu here, he gets Stampede, and the double edge is able to finish off the Phantom Assassin. Or sorry, not able to finish off the Sand King. Jesus Christ, Travis. Anyway, Moonlight Shadow has been used. It was used defensively. They might try to re-engage here. Reload, he does see Ace. He Blink Strikes onto him, but Wind Run is going to be used. Fatebolt is there as well, and Kinetic Field. Oh, but Ace, he gets a Shackle, and he avoids a Kinetic Field. Able to finish off the Disruptor with the right clicks, but Kaibutsu is here. The Sunstrike and the Double Edge going to be able to kill him. Reload, going to die to the Starstorm as well. 3 for 1 at the end of the day. These rotations, man.
Yeah, Link rotating in definitely saved the day for them. Just grabbing 2 kills or at least helping finish him. And I mean, this is the second time now that they've gone under the towers to dive and just completely backfired on them. So maybe they should tune it down just a tiny bit. maybe wait for Nihis to finish up the mech on the Darkseer, who's only 40 gold away from it. But oh, they wanted to kill Hava on the bottom lane, but Biceps missed with the Burrow Strike.
Radiant's top
But
tower
yeah, I
is under
think
attack.
that they maybe should tune it down a little, try to farm up, maybe get the Blink on Centaur, or yeah, like I said, the mech on Darkseer, and then go for the pushes or just for the
Dire's
aggression.
bottom tower has been denied.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking about the PA, what do you? It looks like she's going to be going in for drums here, a more aggressive build. Probably going to go for drums, maybe like a Helm of the Dominator, BKB. Obviously going to be missing that beautiful cleave damage when you have the Ion Shell and everyone's vacuumed into one spot. But what do you think about that build? It certainly spells aggression, but this is a lineup with the better late game.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Well, for the Phantom Assassin, I really do think he needs a BKB at some point in time, but oh, they want to go on Nihis.
The bottom lane, Stampede was used. He's going to be able to Darude, but there is a Sentry Ward. He's going to die to the right close to the Invoker. And Link, he's stayed in the back. He fired an arrow already. But Ace, he tries to chase Reload, but now Ace might be the one in trouble. He does have Windrun though. Oh, but he gets caught in the kinetic field. He gets silenced as well from the Static Storm. There's going to be an arrow. It's actually going to miss. Ace is going to be able to live. There's going to be a wall, but the Glimpse is actually going to save Ace's life. The Shackle Shot onto both of them. Beautiful play there. The Power Shot bringing them very low. Link able to finish him off with the right clicks, but the Blink Strike is going to be able to get Reload the kill onto Link.
Oh, that glimpse was so funny. Just
Top
like
lane.
Ace. Oh my
Burrow
freaking
Strike
God.
into a Gust, into an Epicenter. Going to be able to finish him off easily.
This game, they just won't ever stop with the kills by the looks of it. And actually, the draw, I didn't even spot it out before, but Rice, he went for a Hand of Midas of his own. He's level 11 now as well. So this Draw Ranger, it's actually, he's doing pretty nice. Level 2 in Marksmanship, of course. And now it's 43 damage for all of the ranged heroes.
Yeah,
For MYM, and that's actually quite significant already, with 4 of their heroes getting 43 extra damage.
Winter Runner pretty much has a free DD. Like, she's hitting 75 plus 72. And Mirana, pretty much the same. 88 plus 78. Ridiculous. So, these right clicks are going to be hurting. So Windrunner will be going for a mechanism. That's one thing I also like about her as a hero, is she makes a good mech carrier for your team. The other thing I actually really like about her, obviously, a lot of people try to get on Shackle as being like the biggest part of the hero. It's like, well, if you can lay in the Shackle, it's great, and if you can't, then it's terrible, and that's why you should run her as a support, because Shackle's still really good. It's just as good if she's a support, but the other fact of the matter is that she builds really mobile, and if she builds disabled, she builds damage. By the way, towards the rune spot, crit, he goes down. He seals Fort Spirits right before he goes down. Stampede was committed. Disruptor's going to be moving up. It looks like he's going to be able to glimpse Ace, but he wind runs out. Moonlight Shadow going to be used as well, and it's just going to be a 1 for nil. But yeah, Windrunner, when she builds disables, just naturally builds damage, kind of similar to a Nature's Prophet, so she actually becomes an appreciable force in team fights, especially if you just have someone who gets a blink or a force staff and can land the shackles. A 4-second disable on 2 heroes is no joke. By the way, Chips hits in, he's going down. God, those right clicks hurt so much. Burst Strike going to be able to finish him off. He threw the Saxon before he died, but is he going to die to the Sunstrike? No. Ace is able to get away. Rise might be in a bit of trouble. He does have a Morbid Mass, so he's a little bit more survivable, can hit these creeps and regen up a bit. So just a Disruptor going down, and the Tier 1 tower stays up.
Well, I mean, as far as kills go, once again, it's pretty damn even for the time being. 13 and 14, both teams getting kills back and forth. And actually, neither team has like a superior initiation at the moment, because Unicorn, he doesn't have his Blink Dagger on the Sand King yet, and neither does Kaibutsu on the Centaur. So, although Kaibutsu is getting pretty damn close to it, only 120 gold away, and I think this Blink Dagger actually, if he gets it, at least I think that they're gonna go just step it up a bit with the aggression.
That's usually what you'd want to do with a Centaur Warrunner as well, and I think that's really where he's strongest. As soon as he just gets a Blink Dagger, a lot of people can't really deal with the burst damage of a Stomp Stampede Double Edge, which really doesn't cost that much mana, especially if you have at least one teammate there. But smokes are up, and this is probably going to be for Roshan, as Drow is finished from Mask of Madness, and with level 2 marksmanship and a max out precision aura, if you just have some life steal, you can solo Roshan. So, looks like Rise is going to be doing that.
It's really smart as well, just get... Oh,
Bottom lane
they're going
crit.
to crit again.
He gets crit, and he gets killed.
Oh, this poor Rubik. He hasn't been having the best game. But oh no. Really
He's been
thought that
playing
Ryze
well,
actually
he's just
might
been
go-
dying a lot.
Tower
Like,
is under attack.
I know that's hard to
He's-
say and maybe make sense of, but he's just found himself in a lot of unfortunate circumstances. So, Ryze here, going to pop the MOM. It is actually been dewarded, so he knows that there actually is no chance that they saw him walk in. Disruptor just casually walks by, doesn't hear Roche bashing anyone. Maybe he does. Nah, he's fine. And Raze is going to get a free Aegis for the team.
Yeah, that's really smart plays. I mean, just getting nothing, or just getting something out of nothing, more or less. Because the rest of this team is still trying to keep up farming. And oh, there's the Stampede, Blink as well.
But he leaps to avoid the hoof stomp. Oh,
Yeah, it's nicely done by them, and well, MOM, they're just buying time for the Rose to go on and Ryze. He's not even taking that much time thanks to the lifesteal, of course. And with the Aegis, they can actually try to go for an actual fight now that, oh, Unicorn 20 gold away from his Blink Dagger on the Sand King, so they get that, they get the Aegis on top of it. So suddenly, their team fight is looking a lot scarier as well with the double life and draw.
yep, and Windrunner goes ahead and finishes up the mechanism, so all the items came online at the same time. So, team fight's going to be... We're facing round 2 here, Coucher. Ready, fight.
Yeah,
Speaking of which, there's a Blink Stomp double edge Ion Shell, but there's a counter initiative from Burrow Strike. Link, he leaps away from the Kinetic Field and Static Storm, gets glimpsed back though, even outside, but still dies. The Sentry Ward's going to be spotting out Ace here. They're currently fighting a 4v5. I don't know if they exactly want to do this. Crit isn't in position as well. Never mind, actually, PA is in the jungle farming. So it is a 3v4. But this tower is going to be really difficult to hold, especially with Invoker, Ford Spirits. He hasn't thrown out the Necro minions just yet. Looks like they're going to back off because they just want to get a free kill on the Drow Ranger. So there goes her Aegis right away. PA doing a lot of damage there. And she has the Mask of Madness on. Lots of extra damage. Is there going to be one crit? Yes, there will. Relo is dominating right now. Meanwhile, in the top lane, there's been a fight. Ace gets a double kill. He gets a shackle onto the Invoker as well. Bicep Warrior, aka Unicorn, he's going to be able to get away. He just had his Necro 3 delivered though, pops it immediately. Link, he's TP'd in, and HWA is going to want to just back out of this.
Well, I mean, they did lose 2 in the end, but I think he managed to kill at least 3 during the duration, plus of course get the Aegis on top of that. And Link, well, at least he didn't buy back on the Mirana, but the Mirana, she's not a damaging factor yet. I mean, it's not like she has that much less farm than the Phantom Assassin, but Phantom Assassin just has the built-in crit that compensates for the otherwise lack of damage items for him.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It gets really scary whenever she starts actually building some damage items. And I think that PA is one of those heroes that she's not as quote-unquote reliable because, you know, some fights you win because you crit and some fights you lose because you crit. And not to mention the built-in evasion. Some fights you win. Well, Stampede was used. Top lane, they're going to be going on to Link. Sunstrike going to be able to finish off the kill. So much burst damage just from Centaur and Invoker alone. And the lineup, I mean, they have a quote-unquote support Darkseer. I mean, they're going to outscale a Rubik and the Sand King, so the fact that they're a little bit ahead right now, and as far as net worth and
Mid lane.
everything else concerned, mid lane, there's going to be a stomp there as well. Static Storm is committed, but Disruptor, he hasn't died yet. Ryze has his Mask of Madness on, and he's going to go down. Vacuum into a wall as well. Crit's going to go down to the Ion Shell damage. Link is already dead from before. Ace is coming in. There's going to be a Burrow Strike follow-up. Power Shot's going to be trying to zone him. They're going to be walking into trees, kind of vulnerable to some shackles, but he actually blinks out. He's looking for Sand King. He's not going to be able to find him. Unicorn's be able to get out by the side shop. Secret shop, I mean. But in the meantime, HWA just takes the top tower.
Yeah, I mean, even though they lost 2 pretty much at the start of the fight MOM, they already used so many spells to get those 2 kills. And of course, my god, that Static Storm with the Kinetic Field, it was so beautifully placed, catching 3 off guard and then even the Vacuum on top by the Darkseer. So just the team fight combination, it's so strong by them. And that was actually so unfortunate because Phantom Assassin, he Blink Strike himself on the Disruptor, and at the exact same moment the Shackle actually connected them both.
Yeah, that's one of those things. Being disabled for 4 seconds gets pretty boring.
Indeed it does.
Fortunately, won't be having those problems too much longer. He's just about 600 gold away from the BKB. Actually going to be going on the Link here. There's backup from the Disruptor Sunstrike. Oh, it's shared by the creeps, but Rilo finishing him off with a run the right clicks.
Nature's way.
So that's really close to the BKB, as well as Rubik. He gets to steal Sunstrike in the mid lane.
Well, that's pretty decent for them actually. They have the stuns to set it up quite easily. So some extra burst damage as far as they actually will go for a fight, but oh, they saw crit.
They saw him. There's a Blink vacuum in from me. He sets his new Blink dagger as well. Ah, the Blink strike and the crit. He throws out a Sunstrike just because, and he just goes down. But PA, gosh. When you just get like Blink striked and first hit crit, you're just so sad as a support. Especially when there's an Ion Shell on her. Goodness.
And it's so much damage. I mean, Phantom Assassin, the only damaging item he has is Face Boots. Okay, drums as well, maybe, but he's only hitting for like 141 damage by normal. But suddenly 450% crit. That percentage is absolutely ridiculous.
It's the highest in the game, man.
Well, and I guess that's the thing that makes the hero so good, but like you talked about before already, the blur, it's so nice against MYM's lineup because their idea is actually to get extra right click damage with the precision aura of the draw, but suddenly 50% evasion and it's like it halves the damage completely.
Yeah, it's no joke, and no one is really close to an MKB. I think that the Drow Ranger is probably the best candidate for that, though Drow, Windrunner, and Mirana are all pretty good candidates. Oh, there's a vacuum into a wall. There's a meteor and deafening, or there's no deafening blast actually. Moonlight Shadow's going to be going down. Windrunner goes down immediately. 10-second BKB popped in by Relo. And Crit is able to get away under the cover of Moonlight Shadow, but the Necro minions are here. This tower is going to go down. Zoning wall as well. Crit, he actually has to telekinesis creep, but there was a blink. There was thinking about a hook stomp reload. He thought about Phantom striking in, but he's going to back off and go for the tower. Link is bravely facing 5 heroes. The stifling dagger is going to follow him all the way.
Well, they're just having fun at the moment in the enemy base. They know they got the racks. They can easily go for the kills as well. That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, they do finish off Crit there. Courier actually almost going down to the towers as they deliver boots travel, or what did they deliver? I thought they delivered something. But yeah, team fight's just too good. I mean, everyone has their items. Team Blink Dagger as well, like Darkseer has a blink, Phantom Assassin has a blink, obviously. Centaur and Invoker all have blinks. I mean, the Disruptor's going to be working towards his Aghanim Scepter, already about 1,800 gold away. It's just going to be really hard, and no one can really build damage yet. Rise has to build a BKB. Ace, he actually is in trouble. He did build a Force Staff, going to be able to use it right now to get away. And Link looks like he's going to actually be going for some damage items, but it still puts him at a lot of risk to be doing that. Now, he picks up his own BKB, so Ace might have to join the BKB club eventually, but he just now picked up a Force Staff. Going to be a long time before he can do something like build an Orc in Malevolence or Scythe of Ice. Probably needs a Scythe of Ice against this lineup. While Reload just gets a casual kill onto Crit. Link, he gets Phantom Striked, and the BKB wears off. They're not going to be pursuing it. Shackle Shot, not going to latch. Oh, Link, he gets blinked, he gets critted, but there's a Burrow Strike to buy some time. There's a Focus Fire onto Reload, but he can just evade all of it. There's a Kinetic Field. Alacrity onto HM. He's going to be able to finish off the Link. And the Windrunner, she has to try to run away, but she's going to go down to a Stifling Dagger. I believe she even got a crit on that. Phantom Strike going back to the tower. Drow Ranger finishes up her BKB, but she can't 1v5 this team.
Middle tower has fallen.
Yeah, it's really, I mean, it was almost like the last game. Kills were really even up until some point where he was like, okay, we've had enough, we got our main items, and we're just gonna go and overwhelm you, and that's exactly what happened as well. I mean, MYM, they probably expected the Drow Ranger to maybe get a bit more, or at least faster. But now, I actually haven't seen the Drow or MYM overall in a proper team fight. They've just been scattered, getting picked off 1 or 2 heroes, and from that he's just going for the pushes and some more kills all the time.
The thing is that most of their team fight is based on their supports who aren't going to get as much farm, whereas for Hehe they have most of it on their cores, such as Centaur and Darkseer, so. Well, there's going to be a vacuum, Kinetic Field, Static Storm into a Fountain. Burrow Strike is going to be able to finish off a Darkseer though, and Drow with the Mask of Madness on with the Ice Arrows. He's going to be able to finish off Disruptor. It's currently a 2-0, but there's a Shackle Shot off to the force staff from Ace, hitting on both Invoker and PA. There's going to be a Burrow Strike there. They're going to fight through the evasion and going to be able to get that. Ace secures a double kill. Darkseer are going to be able to get away. He actually bought back for some reason. He's thinking there was going to be an actual fight, but Bad Manner ults in the fountain mean that, hey, we're going to fight back. They haven't GG'd out just yet, so MYM, they still have a fighting chance, and they believe in it.
Well, if your enemy is just willing to gift you a complete team wipe for nothing, it's always nice to take it. And they do have the potential to just actually wreck with their pure right-click damage if the Throw Ranger can stay farther back and just activate the Mask of Madness. And
she has a BKB now. That was the first fight where she had a BKB, and we saw how drastically different it was. I mean, yeah, credit to that, them throwing all their ults in the fountain, but still.
And actually, there are some more item pickups for Hehe now, because Phantom Assassin, he has a finished
top lane, Link. He was farming with a DD rune. There's a Stampede there. Kinetic Field is there. Oh, but he leaps. He actually goes off the map for a bit, but too bad. Can't do that. You're not Batrider. So it's going to be stomped and double-edged down. Moonlight Shadow
look
was
like
used,
he's
but
just going to leap off the map entirely.
Like Earth Spirit?
For a second it glitched.
Like as Earth Spirit, you can roll behind the fountain, and if you view it in cinematic mode, it's crazy.
Well, I mean, just look at what Crit is forced to resort to, just farming up enemy ancients as a Rubik.
And smoking to escape. He's got it, don't worry.
I think he's just going to run into the enemies while trying to go back home.
Probably. He might run into HWA here. And he does. He's like, I don't have a TP, team. I guess I'll drop this Centaur. I guess I'll lift this guy, and I guess I'll die.
Well, Meteor Makers, I think they've more or less just accepted their defeat already.
Yeah.
Although, I mean, this game, I have to say, Crit hasn't been on spot, but they're going top lane.
Yep, they're going to be going on to Ace. He's actually the one going for the MKB, but Biceps Warrior comes in with the Burrow Strike in the epicenter. They're going to be able to kill Ace anyway, though. There's the wall as well, and Reload, he's going to be chasing Crit. That's so mean, just going for the support right away. But Link, he gets Phantom Striked as well. The Darkseer is there with the Blink in the Ion Shell and the Vacuum. Going to be able to be finished off by the right clicks from the Invoker, though, and HWA goes. But actually, the Ancient just falls with the Catapults and the Creeps. So GG going to be called, as Hehe going to be taking the 2-0 in this 2-game series.
Well, he definitely played two really good games. I mean, NYM, they were able to just at least exert Hehe out to some point in time, and NYM really in both games they just lacked execution, and the movement around the map was a little bit lackluster for them. Didn't really work as a 5-man unit.
It happens, but I mean, I'm quickly becoming a Hehe fan, man. They're picking up these carries that we don't get to see, that are quote-unquote not tried and true, and succeeding with them. And they do it with the Medusa, they do it with the Huskar, now they do it with the PA. And obviously this isn't TI4 quality games, but this is where the meta changes. And I'm glad that someone's stepping up to the plate and brave enough to pick these heroes on the stage. So props to them, and also props to joinDOTA for putting on this tournament. If you want to support that, make sure you check out joinDOTA.com for more information on the joinDOTA League Season 2. If you like this game, make sure you support both the teams Hehe and Meet Your Makers. Also, if you liked us, you can follow all of our social media that you can see on your screen, just Heflatv on most of them, and Heflamoke on YouTube. And once again, I was Roxas. I'm on Twitter at CallMeRoxas, and Coucher was with me, who is on Twitter at Coucher. Any more parting words, friend?
Nope. Just was nice to cast with you, and some great games. Like you said, he pretty damn entertaining to look at. Lots of kills, different heroes, and yeah.
Yeah, good stuff. So, in the meantime, everyone just enjoy your time watching the TI qualifiers, and we'll see you next time.